Damn it, I don't know how to separate the audio capture to keep the Discord thing out. I'm such a scrub. I'll give it like 5 minutes.
Oh man, this weekend has been a blast. I don't want it to end.
Oh wait, can the internet hear us?
Yes, because I don't know. I can't hear you. You can hear you guys, but not me, because I can't fucking mute the. I don't know how to separate the capture sound for Discord and the computer.
I see.
Okay.
So
Either we can mute up for 5 minutes, or we can.
I can tell my truck pull story.
On the main screen, and then you can tell your story.
Yeah, I just went to my state fair this weekend and got to actually go down and knowing some people, got to sit right on the track and watch the truck pulls at my state fair this weekend. And one of the trucks that pulled blew his turbo before he pulled. He got about 2 feet. He backed up, decided he was going to pull again. As soon as he finished his second pull, they unhooked him, and his truck burst into flames.
hot damn, like a whole ass truck combusting into flames.
Yep.
Damn.
It went out pretty quickly. Like, no one was hurt, and the truck, I don't think, sustained any major burn damage. Like, obviously there's fire coming out of it, so something ain't right. It's fucked. But
So yeah, its engine block's probably fucked. Dank just played the no sound effect from Sound Nowhere. Hi, Dank. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that was that was the only interesting thing that happened. Like, there was we got to a certain class of truck that basically has a higher chance of runaway, which means that truck is just going to keep going. There's no stopping it.
Right.
However, nothing like that happened. At least while I was there, I left before like the semis and stuff started pulling because there was a bad storm rolling in.
Oof. Oh, anyways, Dank, we're just letting Xelo talk about his truck stories while we wait for Desi.
Yes.
Why are we waiting for Desi?
Oh, you're here now.
Because you never said you were back.
Or if you did, you were so quiet. I actually didn't even hear you.
No, I just got in. I sat down, all I heard is I'm waiting for Desi.
Oh, yeah. I was telling my country boy stories.
Ooh, farm boy stories? Let's go.
I do. I am a complicated person. The biggest one you ever met, but like the shit that I do outside of work and outside of streaming is very country boy.
Fair. Oh, I just realized something. Don't worry about it, but how are we starting this? This is always just so awkward.
What you mean? It ain't awkward. What up, everybody? We got a special banger of an episode for you tonight. Full of hot takes, and I think we're all pretty much on the same page here, so I don't think it'll be like too many hot takes for us, but maybe some people in the chat will take them as hot takes. We're talking about One Piece.
And I don't know.
That's right. So
I like to argue with One Piece. I'm an arguer, so.
Oh, I want to get you started right now. I refuse to watch the Netflix One Piece show.
Why?
Why?
Okay, I'm sorry.
damn, bro, why?
Why?
But it's actually good.
I honestly don't have a good reason. I know what they did to Death Note, and I ain't here for it. I am very skeptical, and I couldn't bring myself to watch it. And now that it's been so long, I just don't care to go back and watch it.
No, you do care. The thing is, you're scared. That's all.
Nope.
Okay.
You're just scared.
Okay, I hear
Buggy
you.
looks like
Xelo,
shit.
I hear you, but you don't
They-
actually like it is good. It is good, and this is coming.
Dankin
from
says
somebody-
Buggy looks like shit.
No, he doesn't. He actually looks pretty on spot. The only thing is, like, when he took off, I don't know if in the anime he actively has long hair, if that's just his hat. But like,
Okay, so
I don't know. Dank out here making it really hard for
What?
you guys to sway me.
listen. Okay, so here's my
Fuck the
thing.
live action, it's trash. Buggy looks like shit and acts like shitty Joker. Oh, Czar of Game Knowledge did say the live action is very well done. All the actors care so much, especially the actor for Zoro. Damn it.
they're
So
all
let me
fans.
say this. Let me say this. Because I was following all of the background stuff. Yes. So Zero Oda was very hands on when it came to everything done with the live action. He made sure everyone, like the person that he picked for Luffy, him and the voice actor for the Japanese voice actor for Luffy,
Mhm.
told him, you are the Luffy. You are Luffy. Like, you are the person we pick. First of all, two thank yous. Thank you for Czar of Gaming Knowledge for the follow, and Seer Circle, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate it. Yes, like
Hey,
the
Seer
voice
Circle.
actress for Luffy gave the straw hat to him, and passed the torch. She like he has been acknowledged by both Lord Oda. God praise this man.
Mhm.
Hit the floor with both your knees and pray to him, Lord Oda. All hail Lord Oda. And the person he has picked for the voice, or well, the person he's trusted with the voice of Luffy for the longest, has also passed the torch. And even the person who has acted as Sanji in the live action
Mhm.
went through the horrible training process of learning kickboxing and even cooking
Mhm.
just to make sure he was a good Sanji.
Nice.
He
See,
Loki
commitment.
cooks for he Loki no actually high key cooks for the entire like well not the entire but like for like the cast
The
and
main
crew
cast.
on his downtime so that he can embody Sanji. He cooks for the cast. He cooks for the crew.
Thank you. You made it further than me, and we'll discuss how far have I actively.
Dank, honestly, I always tell anyone that asks me, I say, if you aren't hooked to One Piece after the Arlong arc, maybe it's not for you. Like the Arlong arc is like the peak definition of what One Piece will really be.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like the Arlong arc, I can't recommend it for you any further.
Agree and disagree on that one. Personally speaking, I didn't get hooked at Arlong Park. I did not. I got hooked at Ennie's Lobby. That is the point in the story where I said yes. I am in fully, completely now.
Is that before?
I was
or
hooked at
after?
Arlong Park too.
Take note, I can't even deny that, Nova, because it's damn near hard to find anyone that disagrees that the Water 7 saga was bad at all.
And here I am, the simpleton, getting stuck on a manga romance chapter.
No.
But take note, Des, I don't rag on you for that because it was the one shot that set up what One Piece would become.
But it bothered me. There were so many because he started. I was like, is this just flirting? Is this what's happening? Is this why he keeps changing the storyline? It just didn't make sense to me. So I was sitting here confused. Little girl, mind your business. 'Cause that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a show. Mind your
But yeah,
business.
for the most part, for generally most people, this isn't like the hardest stamp that I would put because I am a nobody. I'm not like the biggest fucking. I'm not like the One Piece ambassador telling you where it's best to start and stop.
Serenity.
But Arlong Park to me and to a fair number of people seems to be like the litmus test of if you're gonna be hooked to it. It's like Naruto's tuning exam. That was the arc that it really kicked in for everybody. Because even the arc with Zabuza was kind of here and there. It was very touch and go.
Yeah.
But the tuning exam, it was where it managed to put the foot on the pedal and keep it going for the whole time.
No, that I can agree with. And Danky, yes, the story One Piece will be finished one day. One day soon.
Uh,
We are coming up on the end saga for One Piece. It will be done.
Yeah, hasn't it?
Technically, we are in the final saga. We
Yes.
just don't know how many arcs are going to be included in said saga.
Yeah,
Egghead
Zara
Island
game
is
knowledge hit it. I was
the-
about to say, didn't Oda announce that he's approaching the final arc of One Piece?
Basically, after Wano, he had made a comment in an OBS, which is where fans will submit questions and he'll answer them. But it was pretty much, yes, all of the setup for the end has been done.
Yeah.
Now, if you're someone who's always been using the excuse of, oh, I don't want to watch One Piece because it's long, now is your chance.
Yep.
Like Egghead Island is the first arc of the final saga. We are in the finale.
The arc finished just recently.
Mm.
The latest chapter was the last arc. The latest chapter was the last one for that arc, and now they're moving on to the next one.
So I will admit I'm a little bit of an anime purist here. I haven't read the manga, so I'm not caught up with the manga. I'm caught up with the anime. I made sure to watch the latest episode today with hubby before doing all of this. So I'm up to date with the anime, not the manga. I'm up to date with the Twitter spoilers. But that's it.
I'm up to date with everything, Nova. I'm deep in there. I'm in the trenches. I'm fucking under the trenches at this rate.
You are under the trenches.
If I had the money, I'd be erecting shrines in Japan right now just for One Piece.
My backstory is inspired by One Piece. Does that count for something?
That counts for everything, Xelo. It counts for everything.
Yeah, I
I
saw.
now
Thank you
have
so
to
much for the
count.
follow. We appreciate it.
We're getting close to.
Because like I'm gonna be honest. Like I made this. I said this in the first episode. So just anybody who's
Yeah.
joining right now. I've had a busy 2 months and I haven't watched anime. I'm behind on One Piece. I am behind on the latest season of anything new. So I know enough to talk about it.
I am truly the one that's up to date.
But like when we get to this like the new stuff, I'm not gonna have much to talk about. I haven't seen it yet, and I've been avoiding spoilers because obviously I'm going to watch it.
I feel so bad because RF Gaming, he's the one that he just said, I'm at like 300, but I've been getting spoiled still. It's so hard
Yeah, it's
be
really
a one.
hard.
It's hard to be a One Piece fan and not get spoiled. They're everywhere.
Look, what I have to say about that is that people have had 25 years to get into this. Like, I'm sorry. If you're getting into
I'm as old
Piece
as
at
One
this
Piece.
point- if you're getting into One Piece at this point and you're getting things spoiled for you on the internet, it's not to say that it's your fault, but it's kind of, you had 25 years to get into this. You waited until we got to the end.
Well, can we at least okay? So can we all collectively agree that?
Thanks, skip to the
until
Kaido
last-
fight. I'm not mad, but I'm mad.
Wait, listen. Can we all agree upon no spoilers for at least the newest 200 or so episodes? For
I can do
those
you
who are-
that.
Yeah, because like where I'm at, obviously, it's impossible. Where Xelo is, it's probably improbable.
If you and him were to start reading now, you would catch up in like 2 weeks.
You say that, but you forget I also read other books.
I don't care, Des. All your books are now One Piece. Lord Oda has taken over.
No,
Lord of
I need to finish Crescent. I mean, I need to because now I own the second and third book, so I gotta finish Crescent City. Because she's gonna release new books next year. So like, it's all in one thing, and then I have to start Throne of Glass. But that's
Cloud
not gonna-
Kurameshi, thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciated. Welcome, welcome.
Yo, let's go.
Let's go.
But
Let's go.
the Lucci fight is one of those premiere fights that you're gonna hear about. and you're gonna bust one over because it's one of the best choreographed ones too. But this is what I'll say. Obviously, because Oda said it himself. Like, yeah, everything's set up. A lot of people are still skipping to Wano and still getting hooked. I say don't do it just because there is a lot of lore that has been set up beforehand for the future, and you might find some things you're lacking in knowledge. But even if you skip to now, you'll still enjoy a lot of what Oda is doing. That is what I love about One Piece. He has created a very good story to where you can pick it up in further down the line and still get the gist of what you want from this.
I wouldn't skip the Grand Line. If so, here
I really
here's
wouldn't
my hot
either.
take. Here is my hot take. A lot of the stuff that happens in the East Blue and a lot of stuff that happens like it my super duper hot take, Skypiea, totally skippable. An entirely
Mm-mm.
skippable
Mm.
arc.
I
No, but I will fist fight you here in the center
I
because
can't.
no, it is not.
Skypiea is one of my favorite arcs. Like, I don't know.
Skypiea, I will not lie when I say I get why a lot of people want to fucking skip Skypiea because it does feel it has a lot going on and it feels this is one where Oda did feel a little too disjointed. He still managed to make it good, but there was a lot going on.
Oh yeah,
But
there's a hell of a lot.
the amount of shit that is connected to Skypiea that's being revealed now is so goddamn central. Like, it is very central to so much of the current issues. Like, it is so annoying to like just sit there and be like, that arc that I almost skipped has so much of the lore just baked into it. And now, so anyone that cares for the lore has to go back and reread that bitch. But
It's also just but also I feel
also, if you want to
like
see a character based off Eminem, fucking NL's right there.
NL literally is Eminem, yeah. But like also at the same time, it's been so long since Skypiea. I feel like I gotta go back and rewatch it and reread it anyways. And I didn't skip it on my first watch through. You know what I mean? And on top of that,
Mm-hmm.
all of like Skypiea is where the starting of the breadcrumbs for all of the lore and stuff has like it began in Skypiea. I will give you that. I will concede to that point. But Oda has expanded on and left so many lore intensive breadcrumbs since Skypiea that the fact that
Wano is
they
like the next one. That's like the this. I feel like Wano is the biggest one that probably even surpasses Skypiea and how much lore is just baked into that fucking island.
oh yeah, I mean with Wano a lot of the lore is getting unraveled. Like we're getting to the point of the story where Oda is no longer leaving breadcrumbs and just giving us the whole ass fucking loaf.
He's
He
just
is
hitting us
giving us
over the
the
head like
loaf.
it's a chair shot. Attitude at the attitude era chair shots where they just go full force. Straight to the noggin.
So like I feel since like those breadcrumbs that are left in Skypiea get expanded on so much more so later down the line, and Skypiea happens so freaking early and there's so much that goes on, and it is so easy to gloss over the freaking breadcrumbs left in
Uh huh.
Skypiea that it's a skippable arc. Should you watch it? Probably, yeah. But if you are trying to get someone into the anime and you're like, okay, this person is really struggling with the pacing and I need to cut out some stuff, I feel like it is forgivable to skip Skypiea.
Yeah, if you're someone who doesn't care much for lore, if anything for Skypiea, I would just show them the fights and then explain what led up to them. But if you are not a person of lore, Skypiea isn't your arc. But if you're a person that devours that shit like the individuals from the 40k universe who will sniff lore up like it's crack, 100% Skypiea is your thing.
Oh yeah, like if
Yeah.
you are the type of person that looks at the that looks at a particular silhouette and you can deconstruct that silhouette
Mhm.
to its truthful end, if you are that kind of person, and people who are up to date with the manga and the anime know exactly what I'm talking about. um I'm not going to spoil, but if you know, you know. But yeah, if you are that type of person, yeah, watch Skypiea. There's a lot of little freaking blink and you miss it breadcrumbs there that are absolutely delicious. But I will admit, I am the type of person that on my first watch through of Skypiea, all of those breadcrumbs that Oda left, I did not eat a single one.
I gotta ask though, and now this is something I wanted to ask because I'm gonna get hanged. I might get hanged for this. For as much as a One Piece connoisseur as I am,
Mhm.
and as much as I'll praise the amount of setup that went into the live action, I actually didn't finish it just because I got busy and I got dragged away by other things. I liked it, but I didn't finish it. I'm stuck where Des was. Did they change all that much about Zeph's background on what happened to his leg
No, they
for the
they did
live
not
action?
change that at all. They did not.
They showed the original, not what the anime did.
Well, yeah, it was still implied, and with the whole self cannibalism there, yeah, absolutely. There
Okay,
was
cool.
blood everywhere.
Beautiful. That means so take note, everybody. In the future, there is going to be a remake of One Piece called The One Piece. They're getting new voice. I'm pretty sure they're getting new voice actors. They already got. I know they confirmed new animators. The all the nice design elements they're putting into it. But they are pretty much pulling a Dragon Ball Z Kai with One Piece and condensing it way more.
Mhm. They are condensed.
And pretty much from where the story started to where we are at, it's around 250 something episodes if they condense it properly.
Oh, you're talking about the Wit remake?
The the new One Piece remake that's still in the works
Yeah, with
called The
Studio
One
Wit.
Piece. Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be beautiful.
I can't wait for the damn Marineford arc because
Oh my
we'll
God,
be able to see the heavy hitters actually use hockey. Because remember, hockey wasn't Nova. You got to remember, hockey wasn't developed and really given like the dark tint it gets until after into the time skip. They
Well, yeah,
mentioned hockey at Amazon Lily, but they didn't give it its visual tells until time skip.
well, yeah, absolutely. But like pre-time skip, I think that was a conscious decision made to solidify it in people's minds, and at least the visual viewers' minds there, that hockey isn't necessarily like you can't see hockey. Hockey is a matter of imposing your force of will onto another person. So like all of the visual stuff we get in the anime and in the manga, that is for our viewing pleasure. None of that is visual whatsoever to anyone else in the world of
I
One
feel like
Piece.
I feel like a lot of people would either agree or hate this headcanon. Those that have already unlocked their hockey can see another person's hockey. Because remember when Vega was beating the absolute shit out of Smoker, and he was comparing his color of armament to Smoker's. He's like, mine's way better than yours.
Well,
So that's my headcanon that they can see what each other's hockey is, but
well, I
I
don't think they
knowing that it's been
necessarily
advanced
see
further.
it.
Either see it or feel it, but knowing that how much hockey has been like given time to expand since the time skip, that's the biggest thing I've always been like hoping for if they ever now that they're making the remake,
Yeah.
that when if they do mention hockey at all in the fights with the freaking Paramount War, that they allow us to see it this time.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But again, us seeing the hockey will be for purely our viewing pleasure. Because, again, it's not a visual thing. If you're somebody who has a high level of hockey and you're in tuned with hockey, you can definitely gauge another individual's level of hockey and, like, how developed their hockey is. It is a feeling that you get from the other person, kind of thing. So like let's say a pirate with a higher level of hockey than yours walks onto your ship, you will feel it immediately. Same as
Whitebeard and Shanks.
Whitebeard and Shanks. Yep.
Honestly, we should pull this back for Des to catch up because we're probably confusing this poor woman.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
Our poor orange,
Catching y'all
our
dust.
poor,
This is what we're here for.
our poor orange cat in the form of a human being.
I'm gonna give you a whiplash real quick because I'm gonna pull back to the remake. I went ahead
Hit me
and
with it.
went in and read some of the article on it.
Yeah.
So it was announced at One Piece Day 2024. Had its
Wait.
first official announcement at Jump Fest 2024. It is headed by Wit Studios and or headed by Netflix and produced by Wit Studio. And then this article said they had a confirmed that the director confirmed the length, but I can't find anything in this article to confirm the length for it.
Let me check my messages because someone did send me roughly what every arc would be, episode wise.
While y'all
It is
Go ahead.
so the series director is Masashi Koizuka and assistant director Hideki Abe. I hope I said his names right.
Draco,
Isn't
I'm
it-
about to send you something real quick, just to touch on the conversation we just had about hockey. There, it's literally for Dressrosa, what we see versus what Dofi sees.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen a meme like that. That's why Dofi laughed at what a Gear 4 looked like. Because then I saw it and I was like, you know what? That makes too much sense. Ugh.
But yeah.
For anyone interested, Masashi Koizuka was also the series director for the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan.
Oh, that's awesome.
That dude's hilarious.
So,
All I know is I am truly ready to watch that remake.
Me
I
too.
really do hope. I know they haven't confirmed the new voice if they're getting new voice actors, but respectfully, from what I heard, that Oda even told him, take what is there as a base and then add on to it to really express your love for One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
That is why I truly hope they grab new voice actors, because take note, a lot of the damn voice actors for the current cast, they are old. The youngest, I think, is in their damn 50s. The oldest is 80-something.
Yep.
They might not even see the end of the current base version of One Piece.
Oh my
If
god.
they
that
try to
is-
grab... That's depressing, and I cry every time I think of it, but if that is a fact for just the regular, like, current course that we're on, I could only imagine them, like, if they fuck up and say, oh no, we'll grab a few of the originals, no, we have to go full-blown new.
Yeah.
Because if they go for new voice actors now, and God forbid something happens to the current cast before the ending, they already have the voices right there, ready for the taking.
No, I agree. They, with the new Studio Wit remake of One Piece, they do need to go full-blown new cast, because you are right, and I hope the original cast gets to see the end of One Piece. I hope so. I hope everybody involved with the creation of One Piece gets to see its end. But you're right, with some of the older voice actors, it is getting close and it's getting scary. And it's going
Yeah, bro, this year, there's been multiple voice actors that have passed.
Yep.
Fucking just recently, it was the voice of Misty and Jessie from Pokemon, R.I.P. I'm pretty sure it was the English voice actor for Jessie and Misty that just passed recently. I'm like, it almost reminds me of like 2018, 2019, where a lot of actors for movies were passing left, right, up, center.
Yeah, that shit was scary.
Now it seems like it's the voice actors' turns. A lot of voice actors are passing. So that's why I'm saying, get new voice actors, and in a sense, you also put a little safety net for the regular series as well, because then you don't have to recast a whole new squad. You got the ones you already picked for the remake right there.
Hell yeah. But
Someone said it best because the current cast is like the Roger Whitebeard Odin type of. They are held up like that. They are legends. A new
yes,
cast now would be like Luffy and the crew. The new generation trying to make their name.
hell yes, I agree.
Yeah, I like that.
But Desi, seeing as you are the newest member indoctrinated into the cult of One Piece, what are your first impressions on the franchise and series as a whole? What do you think?
Okay. So let's start off with how much of a newbie am I? Did I watch One Piece years ago on Toonami and Adult Swim? Yes. Did I commit? No. Um, but catching back up because we were gonna talk about the series, I did watch One Piece when the live action came out. I watched all 8 episodes and I fairly liked it and I was excited to see more because it made me want to see more. So this week I was charged with reading, and I didn't read until today. I'll be very honest, but guilty. But I did rewatch 6 out of the 8 episodes of the live action, and I watched about 11 episodes of the anime. All of them are not in the same time span. Like Draco had told me before that the anime is much longer. Um, but I would be able to pretty much zoom by reading the manga, which okay, understandable, got it. Um, sorry, Project UwU and all associates gonna be helpful. Let's say you were gonna do that, okay. But no, my aspect of it so far is like I already said, I'm pretty much hooked just from the romance something. I forget the words already.
Romance Dawn.
It caught me off guard because at first I was like, okay, I'm reading the same thing, and then the next quote unquote chapter, it was introducing 2 new female characters, and I was like, okay, well, are they gonna be important later? And so I started writing their names down, and then when he was recalling how he ended up eating the devil fruit and whatnot, I was like, huh, but that's not what you told the other girl, and that's not what happened, and that's not how oh, y'all gonna kill me. What's his name that lost his arm? The red hair dude in the hat.
Shanks.
Shanks.
Shanks. Thank you.
Shanks. I
Shanks.
thought you were talking about Kid for a second there, and it's like, wait, no, no, wrong person,
Oh,
wrong.
Shanks, my
No,
boy.
Shanks.
I knew who she was
Shanks.
talking about.
Ah,
There
yes,
was two
Gildarts
different
from Fairy
scenarios
Tail.
on how he lost his arm. Both being that the
Ban that
hold on.
motherfucker.
I got
we
it.
got a bot. But no, basically both of them, basically said that his arm got eaten off by
And
a fish, and but I'm
a
like,
Sea
I
King.
don't got it.
and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. But you said, first you were kidnapped. Second time you were just on
Yep.
the boat by yourself. What's
So,
the truth at this point? What
okay,
are
so
you hiding?
so
And because
no.
obviously the manga's is the original, and anime is not the interpretation.
Do
But
you
it's
want me to
more so
explain?
just
Adaptation.
yes, thank you.
Do you want
The
the
adaptation
explanation?
of it. So I'm like, okay, well, the anime is showing one adaptation, the live action showing another. What's the truth for me? Two of them
Okay,
are
so
they stand by the same that big fish eat arm. I'm questioning now Shank's abilities. I don't know anything about him aside from he's a good guy. That's all I know about the man. But the fact that he either has powers and stared down a fucking sea monster and scared this man, or he has powers. There is no in between in my mind.
okay.
And I can't wait to discover what the fuck was that about.
Okay,
Oh
so
my God.
real quick,
Just kidding.
I'll explain it without. I'll do my
Much of a
best to
badass.
explain it. I'll
No,
explain
he
it
can
without
be that much
giving
of a
too many
badass, but, like,
spoilers.
He's just
that
that much of a
moment,
badass.
that moment is a really big point of contention for a lot of people in the community, because you do have some people and this kind of ties back to the conversation Draco and I were having earlier about hockey. You're gonna learn a lot more in depth as to what hockey is the more you get into the story.
I assume it's
But
like
you have a lot of
photography.
people.
Uh-huh.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. You're in the right lane. Um, but a lot of people in the community, they have this idea that hockey is something that Oda didn't have thought out or didn't have planned or anything like that until much later on into the story.
Mhm.
But then you have other people in the community, such as myself, pointing back to that moment in freaking episode 1 of One Piece, being like, no, no, that is Shanks doing Conqueror's hockey on a Sea King. That is what that is. That is the Conqueror's hockey.
And if you want my opinion as someone roughly in the middle,
Okay. See.
it wouldn't be shocking, take note, if Oda did add more of it later. Because take note,
no, that's the replay. I'm sorry. I have the stream not muted, but I have it on the
Okay.
TV, so I heard him talking. So I was like, wait. Oh, okay.
Alright, so real quick, let me say it.
Alright, but no, yeah.
I both wouldn't be
Okay.
shocked if it was a part of the original story.
What's
and
up?
it's off topic, but on
Damn.
topic, obviously. Our vice corporal
Xelo, am I muted?
grandpa dude. I have a question because that little romance feature threw me off.
Xelo?
Yee.
So he's obviously obsessed. He has a weird
Son of
obsession
a
right
bitch.
now. Don't know what it's about. But hear me out. And when I was reading in the manga, it threw me off because what I saw was in the show, in both the manga and the live action. I mean, anime and the live action, he was the corporal, and he's Marine, and he doesn't want Luffy to be a pirate. But in
Mhm.
the starter thing, he was adamant about Luffy being a pirate. And I have two questions about it now. I'm just like, was that done on purpose or on accident? Like, was he not sure of his decision at that time? Or um is he actually Luffy's grandfather, or is he like an adoptive grandfather kind of situation? Because I could have sworn, I shit you not, that Luffy's grandfather was more probable Gold Roger. I
No.
genuinely
So,
thought it. I was like,
it
there's
does
no
seem
way,
like
there's no way they're
it
both
does seem
Roger.
like an accident.
Same hair color, same energy.
So it
No,
does seem
Garp
like an
is
accident.
biologically Luffy's grandfather.
Fuck, my
Garp
mic
is the
busted.
grandfather. No, now hold on.
Yep.
I gotta say something. Draco, your voice is very low for me. I don't know if it's for anybody else.
Wait
I
up,
haven't
let
heard
me
Draco
fix it.
once this
Yeah, I haven't
entire
heard
time.
Draco talk in a minute.
I've been hearing him whisper and it's bothering me. I heard him
What the
mention it
fuck?
on time. Draco, your mic.
But yeah, no, Garp is definitely Luffy's grandfather. I don't know how much canonicity, and I don't even know if that.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing.
With the rest of the story, because you do have inconsistencies like that, but no. Garp.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, there's our boy.
I'm back.
Okay, so what I was trying to say, for the Shanks thing, I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't supposed to be a consistent thing with hockey, because take note, Oda has added way more to the story than he originally had thought, because apparently he originally thought it was going to be a 200-something chapter story that probably would have ended around Alabasta,
Mm,
but now it's expanded to over 1,000 fucking chapters.
right.
And when it comes to Garp, it really does feel like a flip-flop of where the one-shot was to what the official story became, because it will be admitted by a lot of the One Piece creators that do deep dives into this, and even go all the way to the oldest SBS of One Piece, where because he's gone through a huge amount of managers by now, because it's 25 damn years. Every manager has had their own twist to add onto the story. The first one helped him flesh out characters. I know another one helped add a bit more, was like, hey, this part's boring, add a few more characters for spice. this, and that.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be shocked if originally Garp was more of a rogue, and then he was like, nah, now he's a Marine. So, current in the main story, he is a Marine that wished that Luffy was a Marine, even though his way of raising him was giving him to fucking mountain bandits.
Yeah. Funny enough, I recall that even though it wasn't in the live action, but I remember watching that probably years ago of his childhood kind of being toxic.
If you found the clip of where he finds him in Water 7 and he's like, I threw you into like a dark chasm, you see a young Luffy just making some noise, yeah, as he falls down. Then I threw you into a dark forest. Him screaming again, hell, I even tied balloons to you and set you off into the air. All of that was to make you a strong man to be a Marine, not a pirate.
He still can't swim.
Garp is the definition of a Spartan, but in the main canon story, his thing is he tried to raise Luffy to be a tough guy, so he would have been a part of the Marines.
And I also feel like this is a little bit part of Garp as a character that the live action did a really good job at fleshing out. That like even though Luffy is indeed a pirate and did not become a Marine, and Garp is really salty about that, there is still an aspect of Garp that is incredibly proud of Luffy for being as strong as he is, strong enough to at least hold his own a little bit against his own grandfather, at least in the beginning. And Luffy is following his own moral compass, because that's one thing with Garp's character in the Marines. He is a little bit of a rogue. Like, he follows the law. He is a Marine through and through. But Garp is someone who will ignore a directive.
Yes. He did
If
say
And take
that,
note-
does
even in the
not
live
align
action.
with his morals.
He did
Yes.
say
Yeah,
that.
because
He was like, that's why I won't be corporal. I could have been promoted.
no,
but
he
I
he
want
is
my freedom."
technically he is a vice admiral.
Yes.
He will never become an admiral because the admirals are pretty much the lapdogs to the higher end of the government.
Yes. That's why he said he didn't.
The
want
vice
to be-
admiral is the highest you can get without being like the direct puppet of the higher ups.
I assume
And
that's
his
why he
whole thing
kinda
is
liked Puppy,
freedom.
Aside from just using him. I'm just
Oh no, yeah, he found Kobe. Kobe was pretty much the grandson he wished he fucking had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I can see, yeah, he's just like, no, you saved me from getting beat again. And it was pretty sweet. Xelo, you gotta watch the live action.
The live action is really good, Xelo. I
I'll
do
give it
recommend
a try.
Give it a
Do
shot.
Do
I'll
Once-
have to rewatch it myself.
All right, I'll say this. I'll give it a try after I catch up on the new anime.
That's a long
Good.
time.
I'm not as far
You're
behind
about
as you.
you're like
There's
400
400
you're at about
episodes.
400 episodes behind,
Something like
right,
that.
Zelo?
That's at least a week's worth of anime, especially since you work.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
he
think
can
it's
listen
just a
to
week.
it. If it's in English, he can listen to it.
You gonna tell me there's no moments where there's action and needs to be visibly?
Oh, you take note, Des. Yes, the action, the visuals is the absolute oomph behind it. But if you're trying to catch up, and you have it in English, you can still put it in the background and still learn everything story wise.
How far is the English in episodes? You would say.
Fuck. Actually, it normally is a couple.
It's
say
normally
100
a
or
couple
s-
hundred episodes behind, but like lately the dub is like right up the sub's ass.
They've been doing very well with the dub, keeping it like in fluid motion with the sub.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just asking.
I mean,
him, like for the viewers.
A couple
who
thousand
aren't
episodes later, you think
watching
they'd have
that.
some idea of what works best for them.
It's true. It's true. It's been 20-something years. They should have it down packed. I did have another question, and I'm trying to. I don't think it was one I had written down. I think it was one that just came to mind. But I do have a handy dandy list of several questions.
Let's go.
Okay, so most of this is gonna be based off the Netflix series, given that the manga was mostly just the one shot that you guys had said.
Mhm.
So there's 7 warlords. Can you guys name them all for me? I know one of them is crap. He has the cross kind of blade.
Mihawk.
You've got Mihawk, you've got Crocodile, you've got Don Quixote do Flamingo, you've got
I've heard that name.
Moria.
Jimbei. So it's Mihawk, Doflamingo, Crocodile, Jimbei, Moria, Boa Hancock,
Boa, yep.
Bartholomew, Kuma.
Has Luffy met every single warlord yet?
From I'm pretty sure he is met from the first 7 that we know of. When he finally meets Crocodile,
There's more.
he met all of yes, they get rotated out later in the story due to reasons.
Okay.
Once you catch up, you'll understand. But for the
Okay.
7 that we named,
Mhm.
he meets Crocodile first. Then I'm pretty sure the next one is it's Mihawk first, then Crocodile. Mihawk, Crocodile, then from Crocodile it goes to Moria, then Moria then he ends up meeting Bartholomew Kuma in the same arc. Then it's Hancock, and then Jimbei, and he doesn't really interact with Doflamingo until the Dressrosa arc, which is way into the future.
Okay.
But he does meet he met pretty much damn near every current and or active warlord until Weevil. I think that's the only warlord out of the group that he's never met. Right, Nova?
I have a follow-up
Wait,
question.
which one?
Weevil, the one that's declared the son of Whitebeard. Like, out of all the warlords, he's the only one he's never met.
Is Weevil technically a warlord?
Yes, Weevil was an official warlord before they disbanded for the Seraphim.
So yeah, no, I don't think Luffy ever met Weevil.
No, but he met everybody else.
Yeah.
So now I have a follow-up question. Is this kind of like Pokemon, where this boy never aged? Because I don't really see a growth spurt in this boy yet, even like the
Okay.
I have seen.
Okay, so for the first half of the series, I'm pretty sure he's canonically 16, because while it's like so many years for us, what was his age?
He is 17 years old because
There you go.
Ace and Luffy all made the pact. No, Ace and Luffy both made the pact that they were going to leave
Sail at 17.
the age of 17, which is why Ace goes out first and then Luffy follows him. So we start the story with Luffy at 17, but one thing you have to take into account, Desi, is that the story of One Piece itself takes place within a matter of like 3 years.
2-3 years, you're right.
Because we had the 2-year time skip, but from when the story starts to when Luffy goes on his 2-year time skip, that's a period of like 6 months.
Wait, so you're telling me, so currently, right? What you're telling me is they're basically living, so every episode essentially is day by day.
No, it's a couple hours at most.
It is.
But I've seen him sleep. I've seen this man sleep.
in some episodes and arcs, there are things where a day or two passes, but no. In the canon timeline, even though he has made such a name for himself, he's still classified as a rookie pirate.
He's only been on this sea for like, I would think like a max
less than a year.
4 years?
No, because take note, Nova, 2 years were at least, say the first half was like 6-8 months. 2 years were with just them training. And it's been even less for the current time they've spent in the New World.
They have a training arc? That's crazy.
Yes.
It's not really a training arc. It's the 2-year time skip, and then you have a movie dedicated to that 2-year period of time, where we get to see Luffy
improving.
improving, but like that is its own dedicated movie. No time is spent to that
And take note,
in the anime or the manga.
yeah, and take note, almost every movie is non-canon.
It's mixed canon. It's
Some of the
mixed canon.
the characters in the movies
Mhm.
end up, for the most part, becoming canon, but the story of the movie itself
It's not canon.
is non-canon.
Yeah,
Damn,
so
I was
all of
excited.
the
I was
One
gonna
Piece
ask you,
movies
we gonna
are
watch One
considered
Piece
mixed
together?
canon.
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask you,
aren't
watch the One Piece
aren't some of the
movie.
movies even just retelling of arcs that happened in the anime already?
Yeah,
Yes.
you got like the
Yeah.
East Blue. You got
Yeah.
the East Blue movie.
Episode
which
of
is just-
Nami, East
Yeah.
Blue,
East Blue
just
arc.
the East Blue
I am in
saga,
the East Blue arc right now. That's where I am.
the one that covers Chopper's whole story,
Yeah.
and a few, but there are a few that they add characters that they eventually make canon, but the stories themselves in the movies damn near never canon.
Mm. Okay. I already asked about Admiral, the Vice Admiral being Luffy's bio grandfather.
Oh yeah, but he is his grandpa from his dad's side, by the way.
His,
Yes, that is his paternal grandfather. Garp is Luffy's paternal
do
grandfather.
we know his father, like his actual?
Yes,
Is he
Yes.
alive?
we meet his father in the Log Town arc, basically right before he goes into the New World
Yeah.
Okay.
So Desi, you'll be meeting his dad
or
soon.
Grand Line.
We
Mhm.
won't tell you exactly who or what father
We'll see.
Luffy is, but you'll
I've
meet
seen
him soon. You'll
spoilers
meet him
on
very
it, but I wasn't sure if it was like flashbacks of his father,
Bro,
or
we're still
if it
waiting
was,
for him to do shit.
or if it was like, okay, you remember how, not to put, genuinely compare one to the other, but you remember Jack Sparrow
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
how he knows his brother, and I was like, is that not your father? But it's his brother instead, and his mom was apparently like a little witch, kept a little head. So I thought it was kind of one of those scenarios where it was like,
No.
no, you know your father, da 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 da, and I'm like,
For Luffy, he honestly never met his dad. He's only ever grown up with his grandpa.
Yep.
He has had his adopted brother Ace
do we know
and
that?
another one, but that's another one for when you fucking catch up.
I'll catch you.
But then he got raised by mountain bandits.
What
Yeah.
about his mama?
We don't know who's
We have, for the 25 years this shit's been running, we know nothing of his mother.
We have theories. We have very concrete theories, but nothing has ever been officially confirmed as to the identity of Luffy's mother. We have no idea who she is.
No comment.
And take note, Luffy is such a dumb motherfucker with free spirit at 100 no matter what.
Mhm.
He doesn't even care about his mother. He didn't even know that he had a fucking dad. He legit thought he just spawned into the world.
Yep.
He's like, Dad, I have a dad?
That's a thing?
Yeah, he just, all he knew was his grandpa, the people in the village that on the island he grew up on,
Mhm.
and the mountain bandits. He didn't give a shit who his bio parents were.
Now, here's
Like,
a
out of
real...
all of the absent anime fathers that exist in the anime sphere, Luffy's father is the most absent of all of the fathers.
That's crazy. Okay, so because I generally thought he was an orphan, but coming back to his grandfather, right? You guys said that
He
he wanted him
basically
to
is.
be a marine. So
Uh-huh.
now, why, if he did abandon him and not just take him with him, is that explained later, or just it's
Yes.
just kind of brushed?
The
over?
reason Garp couldn't take Luffy is because he is, even though he's an old motherfucker in the organization,
Mhm.
he still does a lot with the Marines. He is very active. He's all over the place.
He's a busy guy.
He understood, in a sense, he understood that's no way to raise a kid. That's why he left him with people he was acquainted with, who happened to be mountain bandits.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, he is the definition of Spartan, honestly.
Okay. I'm currently in the East Blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Around what episode, or episodes, or arc, or whatever you want to explain it as to, do I start seeing the other oceans, the other regions?
of a takeover on this one.
So, okay, so you want to. Sorry, just to make sure that I understand what
Mhm.
you're asking here. Since we start in the East Blue, you want to know if we ever get to see like the West Blue or the South Blue or the North Blue, right?
Right.
So we don't ever necessarily get into those like named regions. What ends up happening is that Luffy and his crew, they get out of the East Blue and then they hit the Grand Line and then they go through the Grand Line into the New World. So the
Also,
world
we're
of
just
One
ignoring the
Piece,
oceans. Sorry.
we're basically ignoring the oceans in a sense because the world of One Piece is divided by the red line, right? The
Right.
entire circumference of the world of One Piece is divided by this giant ass mountain that divides two halves of the world. And there's only really two ways to get through that mountain and into the other halves of the world if you're a pirate. If you're not a pirate, there's another more safe way to do that, to go over the Grand Line. But if you're a pirate, you've got sorry, to go over the red line. But if you're a pirate, you've only really got two ways. You can do the reverse mountain, which is how Luffy gets onto the Grand Line, and then to get into the New World, you physically have to go under the
Under.
red line. You have to go under the mountain.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, you go under the mountain, you hit Fishman Island. Once you're all reset, then you go back up.
Okay.
But take note, Des,
Mhm.
the mountain thing only blocks you from like it splits the world in half.
Yes.
But the oceans are still separated because going from side to side, there is up to a certain point you hit a middle spot
Mhm.
The calm
called
belt.
the calm belt, where basically there's no wind, no nothing. It is pretty much dead for any boat unless you have a paddle ship. And even then, in that portion of the ocean,
Mhm.
there are more of those sea monsters. Except these sea monsters are about 20 plus sizes bigger
Yep.
than the one you see off the coast of Luffy's island.
Yep.
Mm.
Like they made the Going Merry, the first ship,
Yes.
look like a fucking speck of dust on one of their heads.
That's
Yes.
disrespectful.
So basically, unless you are an extremely strong pirate
Mhm.
or with a paddle ship, or you're a marine whose ship has its own technology to get through there
Mhm.
without being detected by the giant beasts,
So that is. So
you
we're
can't
saying that path is
you can't get into the getting into the other oceans is extremely dangerous and
Ooh.
difficult.
Okay. Good to know.
But it has been proven to be done, but it's obviously only by pirates and crews that are on like the top of the pirate world.
And I mean, technically speaking, I'm not gonna dive too into it because this is diving a little bit into spoiler territory. But at one point in the story, we do get to see some quadrants of the different blues, but that's from very specific character perspectives and under very
Flashbacks.
specific. No, not even flashbacks. Like yes,
Yeah.
flashbacks, but also. Uh, I, I don't want to say it because it's spoiler territory. Uh,
Gang's flashbacks. We, even though it was unnamed of an area,
Mhm.
we technically
like
saw a little of the. Was he
during the
from the
time
north or the?
skip, we see these different quadrants during the time skip. I don't want to say it because it's spoilers, but
Mhm.
you know,
You got this.
When during the time skip? You tell me.
you know what? I think this is gonna go over Desi's head if I say it
It
this
most
way.
likely is. I'll probably just forget, so it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, because it's gonna take her a while to get up.
During the Where Are They Now episodes.
Mhm.
Oh, those.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because during those episodes, they are all over, and those different islands are part of the different blues. So yes, technically we do see different points in the like North Blue, South Blue, and all of that kind of stuff, and the Calm Belt. But it's under very specific, strenuous circumstances.
Yeah, unless like say after the main story, Oda decides to do like a side story of breaking down the origins of certain pirates from the other seas.
Yeah.
I I doubt we'll see what really the other three seas are all about. They have mentioned from time to time how much rougher the other seas are compared to the East Blue.
Yes.
Because the East Blue isn't like peaceful all around where there is no crime,
Right.
but the level of crime in the East Blue is considerably weaker
Oh yeah.
than the four other starting seas.
Okay.
And I'm not mistaken in this, but a very beloved character that we get to meet in the later parts of the story. They're from the North Blue, and so when we get their backstory and we get their flashbacks, we get to see what life in the North Blue is a little bit like for them.
Okay.
Is that our favorite heart boy?
Yeah, it's our little corazon.
Ooh, I can't wait for Des to see that backstory.
Oh,
I
I
have a
can't wait for Des to get to dress Rosa.
I have
The amount of I fucking hate you guys we're gonna get.
the amount of.
I think
why
there's gonna
would
be a
you
lot of that
let me
even
get
before she gets there.
addicted to this?
She's
Why
gonna.
would
The amount of I thought this was a kid's show.
you- No, never, never did I think it was a kid show. Especially with a specific character who I kind of want to bring up. Everybody has dreams.
Go for it.
Yes.
And so obviously Luffy's is to be the king of the pirates, and to
Mhm.
obtain the One Piece. Zoro is to be the greatest swordsman. I wonder if he. Well, he's not the one I want to talk about. In the live action, it shows him fighting Mihawk and losing, and I don't know if that's canon per the manga.
Yes.
Okay,
Which one?
the one in the food place, where we meet a blonde boy.
The Baratier, where Zoro fights Mihawk
Baratier.
at the Baratier.
Yes. Yes.
And Mihawk's like, I'm not gonna kill you.
God,
just
why am I forgetting his name?
yet." Who?
The blonde boy, the lover boy.
No,
Sanji?
the main villain. No, the main villain of that arc.
Oh, well, technically there's
John
a couple.
Krieg.
Krieg, there he is.
Oh,
That
okay. See, no, that
bitch.
name is not ringing any bells. I have not met that man yet. You shush. Okay.
Did you not watch? You said Mihawk killed him.
No, I said Mihawk fought him and beat him, and said I'm not gonna kill him. Because you have.
So that is
potential.
Krieg.
No,
Yeah, no.
that's Zoro.
Oh, that's Zoro. That's Zoro.
That's what I said.
When Zoro has his confrontation with Mihawk, and at the end of it, Mihawk's like, I'm not gonna kill you just yet, because you've got potential, boy. Come find
Nah,
me.
he hit the hardest speech. We have to do that bitch justice. I have to find it right now. That
It
shit
was
was
a hard
done
speech.
justice.
But no, and then he gave
I
him that brutal slash. But he fought him then. He lost a little bit of hope, but then he said that's when he doubles down on Luffy's. Zoro doubles down on Luffy's side. He's like, "I'm gonna stay with you.
I'll never
until I
lose
defeat
again."
that motherfucker." Because I'm never. He was upset. To be fair, understandable. He made a life commitment. But what's the blonde boy's name again?
Sanji.
Sanji.
Anji.
Sanji has his wish to go view the All Sea.
The
The All Blue.
Yes.
So have y'all seen it, or is that still not happened?
It still
Ooh,
hasn't
the
happened.
Oh, I love the all blue theory. Oh. So, wait. If I talk about the all blue theory, is it. No, I don't think that would be considered
It's-
spoilers. It's really
No,
speculation.
theories are all right.
Theories are perfect.
So, the thing is with the all blue, the theory that I subscribe to when it comes to
Okay.
Sanji's dream is that the red line divides the world, right? So
Mhm.
the theory goes at the end of the story, Luffy is going to destroy the red line, thus connecting all of the four blues and creating the all blue.
Oh, so that just sounds so wholesome. So wholesome. Are you? You gotta put it on screen if you're gonna watch it.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and
let me
Wait up.
open
Let
returning
me
the
get rid of
world
this
to One
banner.
Piece.
I'm
That
watching it
sorry.
through mod view. So if it's a few seconds
It
delayed,
it is
I
on
don't know.
the main screen. Oh no, wait. One sec. This is the wrong one. It's focused on
I
the
was
wrong
gonna say
one.
I'm watching music. I don't have
Ah.
2 hours of free
Okay.
background music. I'll stream
Mihawk
music for content and
speaks
streaming.
to Zoro. 1 second. There it is.
That's the life of a content creator. That's the kind of music you gotta
All
find.
right, y'all ready
Yeah,
for
honestly,
this
yeah.
shit? This beautiful speech.
The Mihawk speech.
Let's go.
Is it on the screen? 1 second. Is it
wait,
on the
yes.
screen?
It is up on the screen.
Wait,
On the
wait a second,
stream?
give me a second, because I just realized since I'm not looking at it, I can't hear it. Rewind, bitches, rewind.
Also, this is the channel right here, Nova Grand Line Review. He does a lot of like deep dives, and he'll go as far as to look into old SBS for
Oh
Oda.
yes, I am very well aware of Grand Line Review.
I love his comedy at times. I swear to God.
Hell yeah.
All right, we all good?
Yeah,
Hit it.
hit it.
Hit it, hit it.
貴様が死ぬにはまだ早い。我が名はジュラキュール・ミホーク。己を知り、世界を知り、強くなれ。俺はこの先幾年月でもこの最強の座にて
I'm
貴
seeing
様
it
を
move
待
on
つ。
stream, but I'm not seeing it in Discord at all.
Yeah, nothing's working in Discord.
This is probably hiding in the
'Cause the-
screen.
Yeah, it's hiding the screen in the media.
All right, hold on. Let me turn up the volume on the thing.
But you're
the
watching.
thing.
You want me to? Are you guys watching it on the stream?
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna have to rewind it for me because I've definitely missed it. Hold on.
God.
Why are you
God,
disappearing
God
now?
damn it!
It's not my fault.
Tell me when you're ready, even if you have to put it up on your phone.
Go for it.
薬だぶっかけろ貴様が死ぬにはまだ早い我が名はジュラキュール・ミホーク己を知り世界を知り強くなれ俺はこの先幾年月でもこの最強の座にて貴様を待つこの剣を越えてみようこの俺を超えてみようロロロアゾロ
Aw.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Do we need to see Zoro's speech to Luffy?
Maybe.
I mean, we could. I'm always down.
It's little snippets, so we probably shouldn't get in trouble for this. Promise to Luffy. That's the Spanish in you.
兄貴ルフィ聞こえるか不安にさせたかよ
I'm sorry.
俺が
Oh wait, that's me. Never mind. I'm
世
just
界
wrong.
一
Don't
の
worry about it.
剣豪にくらいにならないとお前が困るんだよな兄貴もう喋らねえでくれ兄貴俺はもう二度と負けねえからあいつに勝って大剣豪になる日まで
I'll tell you.
絶対にもう俺は負けねえ
You say that, but like that's one of my gripes with the live action is that like
Huh?
They don't have
So,
as
like-
much words, but he did. Okay, I remember the stance and him making the last promise. The last
Yes.
promise, sorry.
he did make the last promise and all of that, but what I was missing from that
Mhm.
moment in the live action was the tears, the crying, the soul broken fucking
Oh,
snot
yes.
crying. That is one thing that the live action doesn't do that I miss is that when it has these big moments where the characters are crying their eyes out, the
True.
live action does the subtle, like you can do subtle body communication with live action a lot more than you can do it with like animation and all of that stuff. So
Mhm.
like in animation, you almost do need to have these big giant displays of emotion in order to like communicate things appropriately. But like in my mind, one of the biggest charms of One Piece in terms of like manga and anime
Mhm.
is how well done the facial expressions are and how expressive they all are. And One Piece is a story that has such big emotions. The fact that they couldn't match that in the live action irks me just a little.
You
You
want to
wanted them
see
to
it with
chop some
its
onions up,
newly
didn't you?
animated form, like the most fresh animation style.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yes.
I can say I do have a gripe about the scene because I could have sworn he had 2 slashes on his chest,
He
like an
does.
X mark. But
He
in
does.
the live action, it's only one. He
Oh
only
yeah.
has a slice. And I was kind of confused. I was like, does he get a second
Luffy.
slice later? You know, like a
So
bam,
basically,
double
right
down.
right here, he took one big ass one on his chest,
Yes.
and he got shanked in the chest.
Yes. I remember. Yes, that's how they did it in the live action. Does he get a second slash later? Because I could have sworn there was an X. Or is that Luffy? Somebody has an X on their fucking chest.
Luffy has
Luffy
the
has
X
an
on
X
his
on the chest.
Luffy has an X on his
Oh,
chest
okay.
from the Paramount
Well, then I
War.
can't gripe no more. Continue.
But
にさせたかよ
We'll fuck it up.
俺が世界一の剣豪にくらいならねえとお前が困るんだ
There
よな
definitely wasn't as much blood as well. I mean, I'm assuming because it's
俺はもう
watch.
二度と負けねえからあいつに勝って大剣豪になる日まで絶対にもう俺は負けねえもうかるか
Where's Shanks?
海賊
not Shanks. Mihawk. Sorry.
Oh.
God damn it!
But yeah, no, I see the difference. Big ass teethuses.
Yeah, no, for whatever reason, Oda really loves drawing his like really buff male characters with gigantic necks, like tree trunk level worth of neck.
Mm-hmm.
The neck's so big at that point, their heads are pretty much connected to the shoulders
That's what
because of how
I'm
thick the
saying.
necks are.
Because and in the first one, I could have sworn he had a little bit more neck. And
He did.
Luffy has a neck.
Luffy's got a neck.
Luffy's got a pencil neck in the first half, but by the second half, once he builds up more muscle, it looks like a regular neck. Zoro has a regular neck, but because he gets so fucking swole by the second half, his head just looks like it's attached to his shoulders.
Cool. So our men are just, they strong. They're not strong. They strong. That's how
They
they
extra.
Oh yeah.
They are extra thick with the muscle.
I think that's what we call swole.
That is
I'm-
a whole extra level above swole. Let's
It's
be
above
honest
swole.
here.
If Fluffy has the 6 levels of fatness, a swole guy there is swole and there is thick.
I mean, it's
Exactly.
The men of One Piece, when they buff up, they are built like mountains. Okay, I think that is the most appropriate way to put it. They are built as like mountains.
Built like a brick wall.
Yes.
Oh, that was good giggles. I remember now because I'm thinking about it when and I'm so sorry for forgetting everybody's names. Like I didn't just sit here and binge watch and read fucking One Piece for the past 2 days. But our orange hair girly, in the live
Nami?
action,
Nami?
Nami, it does show her versus the
Nami,
sea
Nami?
people. The guy who's holding her captive, well, in her town
Yeah.
captive. It does show that in the live action, and I think that's where it ends. If I'm not wrong, because that's when they start their alleged adventure, going towards the Grand Line.
Right.
Yeah.
one of these things is not like the other. Yes. Nova is using her precious data, so we cannot condemn her for not setting up the
Oh,
thing
there
yet.
goes Moss. He followed as well. Thank you, Moss.
Hey, yo, Maz, let's go.
What
How
up,
close are we
Moss?
to our 50 followers now?
Wait, seriously?
We should.
I mean,
we were 30 something before.
I got 27. Judge me all you
Oh,
want.
27.
I know I wasn't skilled
I thought
enough
it was
for it.
37. Okay,
Truly.
no, we're
You
in
stopped
our
that?
30s now.
Nah,
I
bro,
will
we're
Truly,
at
I
33.
tripped
That's
up.
awesome.
I should have been at 50 already.
Nah,
Draico,
bro,
That's it.
nah.
Draico, stop. You had your own chance.
Throwing it out in chat.
Bonk 'em. Yes! Let's go! Continue the bonks.
I did everything I could.
Matter of fact, somebody pull him by his horn. Alright? Just pull him and make him sit down. God damn it.
That's the next emote right there.
Just grab him by his horn. Just, it has to be an animated one. You grab him by the horn and all you see is Draco's face go downwards. Just, yeah.
Sit down. But yeah, Nami.
Almost
What
like
about
the,
Nami?
What?
I was just gonna say that almost reminded me of the Inuyasha Sit Boy.
Yes, that's what he needs. He
Ah,
needs
God
a
damn
boy. He already slipping for thick dommy mommy, what are they called? Goth mommies. So he might
Shut
as well have a sit boy emote.
Might as well,
Uh,
yeah. It's on
God damn
brand.
it.
Um,
Uh,
I don't think I have any more questions. I'm double checking real quick.
You were gonna say
You were
something about
talking
Nami.
about Nami and
Yes,
Arlong.
I was. Yes, Arlong. That's the name I was looking for. I don't remember what the conversation. I don't remember what the conversation was. I'll be very honest with you, so we're just gonna pass because I didn't write that down. That just came to my mind.
you just mentioned about Nami, how the conflict with Nami and the Fishmen was the last thing for the live action.
Yes, I'm trying to remember what led me to asking a question for it or making the statement for it.
Were you trying to ask if it was similar to the live action, to the anime to live action,
that
or
for now, because no, it wasn't the question, but I remember hearing controversy on it a little bit, because I guess it was shown differently in the anime, I suppose.
Ooh, yes, I know what
Ooh.
you're talking about. I know what you're going with this. Yes.
go for it, Nova. I
Four.
legit I didn't get there. I don't know the difference yet.
You guys
Okay.
should have seen me. I was just bouncing up and down on my bed, clapping my hands like a fucking seal.
No, you don't understand. I
I-
fully understand what
I
you're saying
could
because I go
tell.
through this. Was
Like,
her
just that-
grabbing the
yeah,
chair
ooh,
and
ooh.
jumping up and down, and then when she said, yes, I know what you're talking about, was the hand clapping. That's exactly the order to how she did it.
Okay, so the controversy that you're talking about, yes, so it's called Orange Town, right, Bubby? Yes. Okay, so Orange Town.
Yes.
Orange Town is arf, yes, Moss, yes. It is depicted differently in the anime and the manga than it is in
Shut up,
the
Moss.
live action. The whole thing about that is that in the anime and manga, the town of Orange Town is a lot more involved. The reason why it's different is because with the anime, with the live action, Oda can take extra time to develop the world. That's one of the things that Oda is masterful at doing in his storytelling, is that he is a master world builder. There is life just straight up breathed into all of the places that the Straw Hats go, and that includes Orange Town. So in the original source material, there's a lot more conflict with the townspeople and Nami. In the original source material, you have it where the town eventually confronts Nami about all of her behavior, and they're like, yeah, we know you were doing all of this and you were doing it to protect us, and there's a moment where the whole town rally behind Nami basically and is like, we're gonna take this on for you because you've been doing so much for us.
Yes.
I got it.
But doesn't that doesn't happen in the live action because the live action is a lot more centered on our Straw Hats specifically, because that's all the time they really have. The live action doesn't
Right.
have the time to develop the world to the same extent as Oda can in the original source material. So that's
Okay.
the controversy that was happening there.
Okay.
Should I show the walk to Arlong Park, or should I just wait for her to get there reading wise?
Huh? No,
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen it.
Cocoa
I've seen
Village,
it in
not Orange.
anime wise. I did watch it anime wise a while ago. I remember, her, is it her biological sister or is it like an stepsister, adopted
Adopted.
sister? Okay. And how, she buried the treasure in the back and stuff like that. And yes, the town does. I do remember all of what you're mentioning. Because I didn't get to watch the last episode, or the last two episodes. Um, I was like, I can't remember if they did include that, but I remember because of the art controversy, I was like, it does make sense that they can't include everything, but probably
Hmm.
that would have been a nice thing to add if they didn't. Is just, show that there was affection and acknowledgement of, hey, we saw that, we knew,
Yeah.
we didn't want you to, but thank you, and we got it from here. And
No,
so,
I get that. Yeah.
maybe that probably would have made it more in depth and probably a tearjerker moment, because in the anime I remember getting a little, not tear eyed, but like a little tight in the chest because it was
Yeah.
felt.
It
Yeah.
yes, it was a heartfelt moment. Funny enough, in the live action, we kind of do get not kind of, we do get a nod to that whole situation.
Hmm.
If you look at the mayor character, when he's like standing up in front of the village and all of that stuff, his costume includes a lot of visual notes and nods to the story of the villagers in the original source material. He's got the pinwheel in his hat, he's got the scars all over him, kind of thing. And that's all stuff that gets fleshed out and explained in the world building in the original source material. So in a way, it's kind of like, hey, if you want the rest of the story, go read the manga, eh?
Uh,
Yeah, because it is
okay.
admitted that the live action is what Oda's tried to condense everything he could for the East Blue Saga
Mhm.
into those 8 episodes as best as he could.
Okay. So wait. Now, so what you're saying is basically we're starting next season is a new arc. It's not really.
Next season should be the first island before the Grand Line arc, because there is one island canonically before the Grand Line arc.
Yes.
Okay.
Then they set sail. They hit the mountain. They end up meeting a whale, and then they go continuing their arc.
Yes,
Okay.
from all of the confirmed casting decisions that we have thus far, the live because we have finished the East Blue saga as of
Okay.
the end of Cocoa Village with Nami and all of that. We have finished the East Blue saga. Next, season 2 of the live action will start with Logtown, and then we will head to Reverse Mountain, and then are we going to Little Garden,
No.
Whiskey Peak, then Little Garden, then Drum Kingdom? Yeah. Yes. So we're going Logtown, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, Drum Kingdom.
Mm.
Are
Okay.
they stopping at Drum, or are they gonna get through the Alabasta stuff?
No, I think Alabasta is going to be dedicated for season 3 just because of how big Alabasta is in the original source
Actually,
material.
oh my god, you're right. That saga was fucking huge.
It yes, absolutely. It is the first like big point of
The
contention that we have in the entire story.
Yeah, the first
Mm.
half was pretty much the setup to get to Alabasta. Then the second half was just all of Alabasta.
Okay.
Damn, we're not seeing Ace in the second season.
What?
Luffy's brother. You'll meet him
Yeah,
later.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the
I'm
live
aware.
action, you're not meeting him until season 3.
It's sad, but it's okay because I'm gonna be reading the manga and or
You
reading or
will catch
watching
that.
the anime.
Take note that is also, might as well give you this heads up now.
Hmm.
The manga has gotten censored a lot when it made it to anime style, so
Yes.
there will be certain scenes that you will see that are way different compared to the
No, no, no. I'm
anime
aware.
and live action.
I mean, even with like I said with Zoro, there wasn't as much blood. The man was not bleeding out of his mouth. He was
The most
bleeding.
legendary one is with Whitebeard. That Nova, you know what I'm talking about or no?
I heard of. I just ain't seen it
Wait.
myself, but I heard of.
Well, I don't agree. Like, yes, the Whitebeard moment was definitely legendary, but if we're talking about gore and
No,
like,
no, no, no. I mean of the. Do you remember when Akainu blew off his mustache?
yes,
Do you know how much he actually took off of his noggin?
uh, not. I don't think I know where you're going with this. I'm not following.
Basic, Des, you'll catch up to this and you'll understand what I'm talking about later.
Mhm.
When it came to the Akainu Whitebeard clash,
Uh-huh.
Akainu took off a good chunk of Whitebeard's face with his attack.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But in the anime, he only blew off like half of his mustache.
They're like,
Yeah.
Because
"Wait,
they
that's
can't
too,
show-
that's too aggressive."
I mean, they showed him putting a hole in the man and dumping a bunch of lava into his guts, but oh no, knocking a portion of his noggin off is not allowed.
Well, because see, that's a lot more gory. Like lava, that's torture, but blood
Yes,
is a
'cause-
very strong theme in many countries that for some reason nobody can handle.
He practically hits him so the lava is burning so much that not only does it take the chunk off of his head, it practically burned it up as he was still following through. So there wasn't much blood from that portion of his face.
I'll be honest.
Oh no,
I
it was
think
like straight
Twitter.
cauterized.
Yeah.
Yep.
From what I've seen, Twitter did probably spoil that moment for me, because I remember seeing like okay, I don't know if you guys have seen it on Twitter where when they point out the manga's description versus what they put in the anime.
Oh, what they censor from the manga to
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah, and they do. Usually
I've seen
they'll
a few
do
of
it by,
those
like,
videos.
countries. It's not even just videos. It'll be like screenshots of pictures side by side, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm fairly certain I remember somebody with the lava description because I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, why is that ringing bells? I don't know. Maybe lava's just less of a gory thing than just true gunshot violence. I guess the gun violence is what they're trying to censor there, per se.
There's just a lot of censoring that does happen in
Mhm.
just the anime in general, because like it it's it's a shonen jump type anime. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff is advertised primarily to teenage boys, so some censorship does need to happen.
Shonen, I'm pretty sure is young adult. I know there was a different word for the past young adult stage.
Mm.
Is it?
Oh,
No, it's not
oh.
shoujo. That's for young female.
Yeah, so you have shoujo for young female, shonen for young male, and then you have oh fudge, I know what you're talking about. What is it?
It's
What
a
is
part
it?
of it's a part of that same company. It's just that's the one that are
Seinen. Seinen.
seinen. There you go.
Boom.
Seinen is for like for the bigger end of young adult. Like once you start hitting high teenagers.
Yeah, so
But shonen is
animes
for
like,
young kids.
animes like Tokyo Ghoul you would consider a seinen.
Okay.
Real quick, I'm gonna mute up while I go get something. I'll still have the headphones on, so I'll hear everything. But I'll mute myself while I go get something out of the fridge.
Bring two of them. I want one. I don't know what it is. But give me one.
So, what is one thing you are most excited to explore when it comes to One Piece, Des?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
It's okay. What's one of the things that you're most excited to explore in One Piece?
Okay. So I'm genuinely curious. These are spoilers that happened to me, and I've seen how Luffy has powers aside from Gum Gum. That I don't know what these powers are, right? I just know that he
Yeah.
turns different colors. He gets stronger. If I'm not wrong, there's like a metal form or something like. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I didn't see it correctly, but it looks like he has a metal form or something like that. And I'm just questioning: is this? I don't know. I would have no clue. I just know I've seen the arts and seen.
I know you're talking about a different form. I
stuff.
believe they're called gears, right, Nova?
Yes, they are gears, and I think the metal form that Desi is talking about, it's the different colors of hockey.
Probably, it's like silvery gray. I'm not really certain. And so I'm questioning, how is it going to evolve? How is he put into these circumstance? Is it like how with Naruto there's training involved, or is it like he ate more fruit? You know what I'm saying? So, or is he
And
put
I'm
in
back.
life to death situations that are triggering these responses of an evolution per se? Like how in Dragon Ball there's wow, Super Saiyan 1, 2,
Gee.
3, 4, God form. There's
Yeah.
different stages. So I can't wait to explore and see those happen for the first time. It canonic.
All right, can y'all hear me real quick? Actually,
Yes,
yes.
we can hear you the whole
Yes,
time.
we
Okay.
can hear you.
This
Making sure because of the last time.
Okay.
I do think this is a good segue back into what we were talking about with the movies and everything. How Nova and Draco had mentioned that some things in the movies do things first, and while the movies themselves aren't canon, they have things in them that become canon.
Yes.
And some of the movies, the first time you see his new gear is during those movies that aren't canon.
Okay. Now I have a question.
That is true.
Do you guys think? Well, maybe matter of fact, I'll leave it for the Project UwU private conversation because this is like an idea, but I don't know
Say
if.
it. Say it.
Just say it. Just say it. We're
Okay.
good.
Do you guys want to watch like the One Piece movies, but obviously stream would see it? They would just hear our commentary on it, or I don't know if that would be a good idea, given that there probably would be silent moments because or we could just record it ourselves watching it and then edit that kind of situation.
We could
You
do the
like doing
second
video
part.
commentary over it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
That we can do. Also on those whole things, yes, there are gear. He does learn certain transformations called gears.
Wait, don't spoil how he gets them. I'm just trying to.
It's a lot of it isn't based on training. A lot of it is based on what he thinks.
Okay.
Like Luffy's devil fruit is so simple, but it is very reliant on him being creative. If he thinks he can really do it, he will fucking pull it off and make it work.
So I'm assuming it's the same way, like how Captain Buggy, he could just take out certain pieces of his body if he feels like it.
If he's creative enough to think about it.
Yeah.
Because some devil fruits are sort of hard locked on what they can do. Luffy's is very simple of, hey, I'm a rubber man. It's all based on what he thinks a rubber man can really do.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he's so skilled with it. Everything he really does is based off of what he thinks.
So this man's creativity level is just out there, huh?
Oh yeah, he's very much the definition of low IQ outside of fights, big IQ in fights.
Yes.
Got it.
Because like you were talking earlier about all of the different ways that he could improve, and it's like it's a little bit of A, a little bit of B, a little bit of C out of everything you've listed. The only thing Luffy can't do to augment his devil fruit power is eat more of the fruit. Because once you've taken that first bite of the fruit and you've ingested it, that's it. It's done. The fruit is gone. You have eaten it. There is no more.
No, I understand that, but there's more devil fruit. So I was kind of.
There's more
concerned
devil
if he
fruits,
ate the
Des.
variety is what.
No, this gets explained later, and honestly, it's not the biggest spoiler, but it's something you'll come to understand. Outside of one character, who you will meet later, everybody that's eaten a devil fruit can only have one devil fruit. So far, there's only been one exception, and even then, we still haven't been explained on that. There's been a bunch of theories, but that's its own thing.
Yeah.
But it has been confirmed, if you try to eat more than one devil fruit, you pretty much just fucking die.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are only allowed to have one devil fruit.
Okay.
And basically, it's up to how good you are at using that shit once you get it.
Hmm
And
Some are
that-
obviously more broken than others,
Mhm.
but it really, for when it comes down to the fruit powers, how effective it is, well, depending, like, very specific ones,
Mhm.
its effectiveness is based on come down to the creativity of its user.
Yes.
Okay. See,
Because Luffy sounds like a trash fruit. You think, oh, just being a rubber person, that sounds like a shit thing to have.
no.
But then you see what he does with it,
Mhm.
and you realize, oh, it can be way better than what it sounds like.
I mean, boy has been dodging. Not he doesn't have to dodge bullets. Boy just recoils them shits and shoots them back.
But what I'm hearing is that so far, Desi, one aspect of One Piece as a whole that's really captivated you thus far is the devil fruit system.
Yes, the devil fruit system itself. Because I'm like, it doesn't it computes and it doesn't compute. I'm like, okay, you ate forbidden fruit, got it. I did learn, or maybe I'm wrong, but I heard that if once the person who ate the devil fruit does die, that fruit just randomly reappears somewhere or something of the sort.
There have been hints that depending if there's another, like a regular piece of fruit nearby for wherever the person died,
Mm-hmm.
it could spawn there, or it could
Yeah.
go wherever the fuck it wants. But it is very much just accepted that, hey, if you die and you have a fruit, it will end up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, for example, the fruit that Luffy ate, the gum gum fruit, it's a melon. It is it's a cantaloupe specifically.
Looks like
So
it.
let's say Luffy dies on the battleground and there's somebody on the battlefield that is holding a cantaloupe.
Mhm.
That cantaloupe will then become the gum gum fruit.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
specifically the closest fruit of the same type that is closest to the person from when they die.
Okay, because I was wondering,
Yep.
I'm like, when did these devil? I don't know if there's much lore behind the devil fruit, but
Oh,
it's
there is
like,
so much lore. There is
There
so
is
much
so
deep
there is both
like
a
there's
lore.
no way that there's just the a certain amount of fruit and they don't.
there's
Obviously, not
it's
more
like
than one person
there,
can eat the same fruit.
there is either however you feel like taking it in.
Mm-hmm.
There is both a lot of lore and then just there is enough lore to feel like it's a lot, but then not enough to where it feels like it should feel like there's still more lore. Obviously, we probably will get a bit more going forward,
Uh-huh.
but we got enough to where we can say, yeah, it's pretty fleshed out.
Yeah.
Okay. But see, that's why I was like, because obviously I'm thinking there cannot be two people who ate the same fruit. Like it's not gonna
Nope.
reproduce twice.
The
So.
the one person where two people tried to eat the same fruit,
Uh-huh.
there was a situation that happened like that, but
Uh-huh.
the person who bit into it first got the powers.
Okay. And that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, how? Obviously, it has to be an ongoing thing for many generations. It's not just Luffy's generation, or is it just Luffy's generation? Like, I have
Nope.
questions.
The fruits have been apparently around for a long time.
Okay.
But because there's been enough info of it where there's been a like encyclopedia of the fruits, all the fruits that are known,
Mm-hmm.
but there's probably still about a dozen, however many of them there are,
Mm-hmm.
that are still unknown even inside the encyclopedia.
Okay. Wait, how many do we know about so far? Y'all know about. I know about one. So how many do you know?
Son of a bitch, that's a lot.
Yeah. There is a devil
At least
fruit
a
out
good
there
100.
for literally anything you can think of. There is a water fruit, there is a love fruit, there is
We haven't confirmed the water fruit. We've confirmed. I'm gonna try and speedrun it to see how many I remember. There's the gum gum fruit that makes someone rubber. There is
You don't explain what
the
they
sand,
do.
the fruit,
They-
the fruit that the fruit that crocodile ate, which makes him sand. The one the
sand
smokers got
fruit,
turns into
the smoke
sand fruit, smoke fruit. The Son of a
Awesome
bitch.
names.
The soap fruit, the giraffe fruit, the leopard fruit. There's the animal version called the cat fruit called variant leopard. There's I forgot whatever the human fruit, the
Hold on.
human
Now I'm
fruit
curious. No,
variant
time out.
human.
We're not gonna just pass by that. There's animal fruits. So are we eating animals?
Okay,
Okay, okay.
no.
We've
So
got three
basically,
types
there
of
are. Go for it, Nova. You go. You go. I've been talking too much.
we have three types of devil fruits. So you have your paramecias, you have your logias, and then you have your zone types.
Zoan.
And you've lost.
So
Uh-huh.
so
So
your
okay,
your paramisia types are like your Luffy. So Luffy is a paramisia type, and hubby, don't look at me like that. Don't look at me. This is a
if I
spoiler
remember
for you.
correctly, if the for what I remember correctly, the description of paramecia is you can create your body is either changed to the item that the fruit describes, and it can create that item,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
or it can sort of create it, but you are still a physical entity.
Yes.
Okay.
The
Whereas
Zoan
a
fruit,
oh yeah, you
go with Zoan next, so that's easier.
Okay,
So
so
Zoan is a animal fruit. It has, I think, two or three categories.
two categories.
No, three actually. There's the mythical, the ancient, and then the regulars.
Oh yeah.
The ancient ones are more for like dinosaur types,
Yeah.
and the mythical are mythical beings like
The
phoenixes,
concern on my face right now.
dragons.
There's like literally a Buddha fruit.
Yes, so mythical are extremely rare. So are ancients, and the regular Zoans are basically based off of animals, though. For the Zoans, even within that basic category,
Mhm.
they call them. There could be big cat variant, model, leopard, tiger, like that. Like that's how a lot of them start off. It's the human fruit variant this,
Yeah.
the big cat variant that.
And then you've got your Logia types where you physically become that element. So for example, Luffy's brother Ace, he ate the fire fruit. So he is quite
Made of fire.
literally made of fire. He needs to put in conscious effort to reform his shape into a recognizable humanoid shape that looks like who he is. That is a conscious
Then
effort that Ace puts in 24/7.
Does that make
then
him
there's
immortal?
lot.
I mean,
No,
aside from being watered down,
in the there with the ability if someone there two ways to really shut down Logia fruit. One, hockey, which helps you bypass a bunch of devil fruit abilities.
Mhm.
Two, if you have a devil fruit, like for Aces, he is fire. There is a fruit called the lava one. The lava one is technically of the same branch as fire, but classified as one fruit higher. Because that fruit is declared one sort of higher than fire,
Mhm.
it can overwhelm the flame fruit and basically defeat it.
Are we talking about the situation of
With
that with
yes,
okay,
because
no,
technically that
no,
does happen,
that does
isn't
happen,
it?
but
Because
what
that isn't
happened?
that why Ace and Smoker pretty much drew.
No, so what happened with that whole
God damn,
situation?
this is what you see when it comes to One Piece. There's too much.
So that whole situation with the lava and the fire is the reason why Oda doesn't listen to his editors anymore, and why Shonen Jump was like, no, you guys are not allowed to influence the story anymore, because that situation was supposed to be a situation centered around hockey. But the editor that was helping Oda at the time thought that that was going to be a little bit too complicated for the audience, and so made Oda choose a different explanation, which resulted in that. The situation that nobody liked because we all thought it was a stupid explanation.
It really was, but it does sort of make sense that some elements are greater than others.
But just like
I'm not a fan of
yes,
it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of it, but some devil fruits do have their hard counters,
yes,
even amongst one
absolutely.
another.
Absolutely, but the actual explanation for that situation in specific was supposed to be a demonstration of armament hockey. But it was a situation of the editor stepped in and was like, "Oh, that's a little too complicated for your audience." And then the
I
audience was
mean,
like, "That's fucking stupid." And then Oda was like, "That's what I said." And then Shonen was like, "Editors not allowed to intervene anymore."
they still make their opinions, but obviously it's not as big.
Oh no, it definitely not.
But no, and like take note, that is one moment of a few times where the editors may have caused it to be a little rougher around the edges for storytelling.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of editors have also helped Oda make the story even, excuse me, better. But no, yeah, there is an issue where some fruits do just hard counter the shit out of others.
Okay.
In the Sky Peel one, you'll see the obvious one of rubber and lightning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Yeah.
assuming the leopard dude. I could have sworn I seen a leopard dude. 'Cause
Yep.
I played. I'll be honest. I remembered that I played with Jinx. It was. I
One
forget what
Piece
the
Warriors.
maybe where you go around and defeating enemies, capturing zones, and
Yes, that is the Pirate Warriors one.
Mhm.
Basically, like the Dynasty Warriors version of One Piece.
Yes, exactly that. That's why we played it because it was like Dynasty Warriors, but anime.
Yep.
So we were hyping. We played it, and I seen this leopard character, and I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know what he's about, but I assume he
Yeah.
ate a fruit.
Yes, that is a zone fruit. That is one of the more regular, basic animal ones. I don't know what it's. All I know is that it goes like Zoan fruit, big cat, like it's big cat model leopard.
Model leopard, yeah. And also Chopper, our sweet, adorable little guy, also ate. He ate a Zoan fruit, but it's the model. But it's
The
model
human fruit, model human.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything stick on the train.
Which is why he is a reindeer that can walk and talk and practice medicine.
You know, I've been curious about it. I wanted to know his lore so bad because I was sitting here. I'm like, the science is not sciencing because if I'm not wrong, he's the first. He's like to me because yes, they have the mer people, the ocean,
Right.
But
The
like
fishmen, yeah.
Fishmen.
the fishmen. Those are a different breed. But he's
Yeah.
an
Yes.
animal, a talking animal on two legs. So it was always curious to
He
me.
ate a fruit. He ate a fruit called the human fruit, model human.
Okay, so that's why I was sitting here. I'm like, I need a proper explanation because he's the
Yeah.
first.
Des, I
using
can't
this
wait for you to
term.
fucking read his backstory.
I can't wait for
It's gonna
Des
make
to
me
get to Crown
sad.
Kingdom.
Don't do this.
I'm gonna get a
Usually
message
the
at 3 in
ones
the
who are
morning.
into medicine are usually the ones with the saddest backstories. I'm not ready.
I can't
Alright.
wait. You're gonna hear the legendary quote.
So I mentioned that I had something really cool that pertains to One Piece,
Yes.
Go for it.
and I'm sure some of you have heard about it already. But since Dez got us on the Devil Fruit, it actually plays in really well.
Okay.
Did anyone see the G Fuel release?
I saw the picture.
G
You
Fuel.
said. I
I
saw
did.
it.
I did it. Where is it?
It's in chat.
In chat.
They released the
In our
Pirate
chat or
Chest
just
Collector's
general?
box. It's in the chat for the VC.
I am going
Oh.
to find a way to buy it, the collector's box, and all of those G Fuels, and
Oh,
it is
I can't
going
wait.
onto the One Piece
I
shrine.
Should I add it to my
all
throne?
did.
I'm drinking all of those.
I got in as soon as they announced it and put my name on a list. I was number like 3,000
Damn!
something on the waiting list.
Whoa.
And I was like, "There's no way
Damn!
I'm getting one." And they hit me up the next day and said, "Hey, you have a chance to purchase it." I was at work. I dropped everything and fucking bought it.
Like you will.
Oh! No! This is why I gotta go to Japan. I gotta experience all the hidden shit of One Piece that they got out there.
Like, if I'm not
But-
mistaken, there's like an entire theme park in Japan centered
There's a
around
theme
One
park.
Piece.
They've remade the entire Sunny. They have a whole ass ship based off the Sunny.
It is literally called One Piece World, and I
Yep.
need to go there. I need.
One
to
Piece has its own holiday. They've
One Piece
officially
has its own
given it.
holiday.
They've given it 2-day holiday for One Piece.
But where?
Project
When?
UwU goes on an adventure when?
It's right past. It already passed. It was recently.
It's like
And
on
you didn't say
June
anything.
25th or something like that.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Bro.
it is a
Project UwU
national
taking a
holiday
vacation
in
together?
Japan.
It is a national thing in Japan. That's
No.
where they were revealing everything for the One Piece.
So no,
All
but
going
when,
to,
when are me and you cosplaying as One Piece characters? I don't know about the men. I don't know how. Xelo, you.
Buddy, if you don't think I'm cosplaying Frankie,
Yes. Super. No, I call
who
Robin.
would you want to claim because you've been watching One Piece much longer than me, so you obviously get.
hell,
that.
I'll even dress up as Mr. Pink.
Fuck yes, Senor Pink.
Sing your Pink right there in live. Xelo, you'll be my Frankie.
You'll be my Frankie.
Hell yeah.
Nova, who are you gonna
Be your
cosplay?
Frankie any day.
I claim the Robin cosplay, specifically cowboy hat Robin.
Although, being honest, if I was
God,
gonna do a
Robin
cosplay,
had so many cool designs when it came to the pre-time skip.
I gotta cosplay my boy,
Who?
Zoro.
Who's your boy? Zorro. Yes.
You want me to be the Luffy?
I need to finish my Zoro.
Nah, you
tattoo.
gotta be the Sanji. You gotta be the Sanji to the Zorro.
But I don't
do
fight
that.
with him enough.
What character do you guys think would fit me?
Please.
Because I was like,
Please don't
okay,
do
I'll just be
Sanji.
basic Nami. But then I'm like, who genuinely could I cosplay as that you guys think maybe?
Hell, you could cosplay as her sister,
You could.
I could.
Ooh, you
Logiko,
could, Fudge, what's her name?
Makino,
No, not Maki.
Hancock,
No,
Viola.
not Vivi. Rebecca's sister.
Viola.
Viola, yeah, Viola.
Now I gotta.
I'm pretty sure that's her cousin. Or aunt. Fuck if I know at this rate.
So I mentioned this back when Nova first
That
jumped on
does
the
work. That does actually work. I just looked at the pictures. Okay.
Viola?
I was just thinking of this. If we can hit affiliate by my birthday, because everyone here knows I'm not a huge Sanji fan. I'll cosplay Sanji.
You'll cosplay Sanji before your birthday?
If we can hit affiliate by
I'll
my
get-
birthday.
I'll get a model
Okay.
made.
Wait a second here. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Did I just hear you, Xelo, disrespect my sweet, wonderful boy? My
What is wonderful about him?
five-star- There is
Ladies and
nothing
gentlemen.
wonderful about
Ladies and
him. Are you
gentlemen.
kidding me?
You
Are
can't
you
deny
kidding
it.
me?
He might
Okay,
be a little
okay,
bit
wait up.
gentleman.
Let me be the very much voice of reason because I'm the most cut up. I get where the hate for Sanji comes because after the time skip for Fishman Island, he was so unfucking bearable. It was so bad.
It
It
was really bad.
It truly threw the type of dirt that can never be wiped off on him.
Okay.
It was the worst of Sanji we've gotten, but
Whole Cake Island.
Whole Cake Island has really pulled him back.
Whole Cake. If you still have a dislike for Sanji
Is
after
that where
Whole
they
Cake
hold him
Island,
ransom? They just hold
The
him
Whole
for
Cake
ransom?
Des, take note.
Everybody-
Whole Cake Island, yes, that and take note. Whole Cake Island was technically the year of Sanji.
Yeah, I remember. Everybody was going crazy over the fact that Sanji would refuse, and then was it Robin that came to his rescue or Boa? Somebody came to his rescue.
No, it was Luffy and Nami.
I could've sworn-
My boy Luffy wasn't leaving his boyfriend Cook behind.
No, they were like, because he was sitting here crying. Wasn't he crying for somebody's help specifically?
Oh, that was Robin, but that was for Wano, and that was
yeah, that's
because that was after Whole Cake, after he finally realized he can ask for help.
yes.
Oh, okay. So they were just okay. So they
Like
were
Whole
just
Cake
sticking
very much
together.
sets up. Yes, Whole Cake very much ties that moment together.
Like if you don't,
I don't give
come
a shit.
out of
Don't play games
Whole
while I stream,
Island,
man.
understanding why Sanji has such a deep appreciation for women and such a deep innate need to protect women. You don't understand Sanji's backstory in Whole Cake
Oh my
Island.
god, that
I
had me
never
crying.
mentioned that I hated him because of his way to
Everything
make
with Whole Cake
assumptions,
Island.
but like I just
Look, I have a soft spot in my heart for Sanji. Anyone who says that they don't like Sanji, I'm a fight. Bare fist, like bare knuckle boxing, fight me. I will protect Sanji. I will defend his honor.
well hang me up and call
As
me a
someone,
punching bag because I just did.
and someone said Sanji is he is both lovable, but it's so extremely pathetic. You feel like you could poke him into a corner with a stick.
Poor Sanji. He's just
No.
catching blows left and right now.
Oh my
don't
god, Des.
hate
Once he
Sanji.
has two backstories. Both are very, very depressing.
I know. I remember one. They did show part of his backstory on the live action with him.
No, I'm
stranded.
gonna share you a
I-
link to a
yeah.
channel that loves to talk about One Piece. I feel like you'll love this person's comedy and how much they also defend Sanji.
Sanji is an awesome character. I love Sanji as a character so much. He is
Here,
amazing.
I just DM'd you the link, but Melon T, she does a lot of amazing like deep dive videos.
Cosplay as Sanji in October.
I love her videos of Sanji. She is
My
she is
birthday
just
is
amazing.
September 30th.
Y'all heard it, lads. Get us get us to affiliate. He'll cosplay the Sanji. I even put down money for Rhea to make a Sanji model for him.
Let's go.
I regret
Or
this.
more like a Fuji Tech. Got him smoking and everything.
Yes, let's go.
We're at what, like 33, 34 people? We need another 640 and then
15,
16.
16. I thought you said
And we're at
Go ahead.
if we're at 34, 16, and we're at 33, 17. Damn it, this could have been done sooner if I did it.
Anyway,
Dave's
chat, with the amount of comments in today's chat, we definitely, I think we probably got the community bit out with the amount of chatters needed.
Hell yeah.
There was definitely more than 5 people talking.
Oh yeah.
Nunes, drop a comment real quick just to be safe.
We got Danky, we got Sar in here, we got Seer.
I just added that.
I don't know if mods will count, Des. That's why I'm asking for Nunes to drop a quick comment.
Got it.
Husky, I know you're playing with him.
Well, okay, so we got
Husky or Brand, I saw you two in the voice call.
And then
Please.
Cloud,
Zar.
and then Moss. Yeah.
Yeah, we got 5. And Xelo got, I think Xelo and I both got a comment in before we got modded. Technically
And-
speaking.
I got a comment in before I got modded, yeah.
Okay. So yay.
Now, we are approaching the 1 hour and 57-minute mark. So any closing
Honestly,
thoughts?
do y'all want to keep it going for one more, or should we end it at 2?
I got to go. I
Yeah,
got limited
and
resources.
With podcast episodes, we're definitely going to want to keep it like 2 hours max.
Should we max it out to 2.5 later down the line?
If we have
and
to,
then 3
yeah.
hours after that, and then 3.5 after that, and
Yeah.
We'll
But,
just be live 24/7 eventually. I'm kidding.
Bruh, if I made money off of this, I'd be stuck in this chair all day. You wouldn't see either channel stream go off.
oh yeah.
Fleep, what's that? Something that the government made.
You could sleep stream. That used to be a thing.
That's still a thing.
Yeah,
Not as
you
big,
can still do
though.
that.
But it's not as big though.
No,
You
because
could-
nobody
you
wants to
could-
sleep on stream.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody gonna hear my snoring.
They hear Nunes snoring. They would
Every
never be
time.
able to hear mine.
I've heard you snore. You've been put on 4K before. I don't.
No.
Don't do that to yourself. Yeah.
No proof. Check the logs. No clips.
I've played with Nunes There's proof.
There's no clips out there.
It's not.
Everything's
it's
been
on a
everything's been
VOD.
lost.
It's on a VOD.
Yeah, although unless you put it on YouTube, them VODs are gone.
No, I have
No
VODs
proof.
from years ago. From but when I was still IRL.
I have
They
a
are
finder.
still existent.
All right, so we got about a minute before we hit 2 hours. Anything that anyone wants to say to close out?
Closing remarks.
Yeah. Are we
Go watch
having...
One Piece.
Yes. Are we having more One Piece
That's a given.
Either we can keep it going until Death catches up, or
down.
we can switch up. We can give her an extra, or we can
Give me
switch
2
up the
weeks.
topic for
Give me
next
2
week,
weeks, please.
so that she gets an extra week of just being able to write questions.
That's what
down.
I was gonna suggest. Is like we check in every weeks and give Des time to watch.
Because this way I can at least watch certain arcs and get them completed.
Yep.
'Cause
Also, Xelo, guess what that means for you? You got homework for Hajime no Ippo, motherfucker. I need you to watch the original series.
I got it added to my queue on Netflix.
add it.
It better be the next one. Skip it to the front of the line. That's next week. Hajime no Ippo. Right there.
You can probably binge watch the whole first season easily. It's
75
that we're fighting
episodes.
for our life.
You take notes, Xelo. You will have to watch the OVAs. You cannot
I
skip
don't know
those.
why
Those
you're
are
giggling. You're
those are-
reading this list.
those are canon material.
But like, Elia sometimes.
The OVA is
explains
canon
in
material.
Russian.
The OVA is canon material. You can't skip it.
We're not. We can't.
You're 100% watching the OVAs.
No.
They are canon material. Both of
OVAs so adamantly. Just call them
because I don't give a fuck. Because OVA feels better to me. Anyways, they are canon material, Xelo. They're canon. You can't skip it. They're canon. 100% canon.
Watch One Piece.
Watch One Piece.
That's my ending remark. Just watch One Piece. Catch us next week. And
All right.
And we're gonna talk about
Or read
certain
One
works
Piece.
for you guys in the
Or read.
future. which
Watch,
we're gonna discuss
read,
behind the scenes.
listen, feel it. But other than that, thank you all so very much for watching. Thank you for Xelo Wolf, Desiree Lovely, me, and Mama Nova for all being here to discuss One Piece for this week's podcast of UwU Central. Again, we still haven't decided if we're changing the name or we're keeping it. But be here next week, yet again on a Sunday. 4 p.m. CST, 5 p.m. EST. For the stream, we'll be back at it. I am 100% putting my foot down for Hajime no Ippo being the next topic.
I've
But-
got a new anime to watch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. There you go. 2 people. Now you two gotta watch it. There you go, Xelo. Decision's been made for you. Anyways, thank you all so very much for stopping on by. Stay safe. Stay weird. May the power of UwU protect you. Peace. Any closing remarks from the crew?
Watch One Piece.
Watch One Piece.
Yo, do we want to rate out anyone? Who do we rate out to?
Ooh, we can read out.
That's a good question.
Son of a bitch, where did I put the other? There it is.
I got peeps. I got peeps.
You're not bold enough to rate out to Chibidoki. You won't. I'm kidding.
Dr. Wolf is streaming some Portals 2.
Drop
That is
the
correct.
name and or link so I can search them.
Dr._Wolf13.
Doctor. Okay.
All undercase.
13. Like that.
Yeah. I could have just rated out, to be very honest with you, to make things simple. I'm like in the mod view. I was like, I made that difficult for everybody.
He's with a live camera and everything, correct?
Yes. He is a
Alright.
flesh tuber.
There you go. So everybody, thank you so very much. Go watch Dr. Wolf 13 playing Portal 2. Go have fun, show him some love. Remember,
One Piece.
you all represent. Again, yes, watch One Piece. Remember, all of you guys represent all of us. You represent the community. Don't be a dick. I don't want to be called an asshole doing hate raids. I want to spread the love. Be kind to those that are kind to us, and just build an amazing community. I trust y'all. I put you in the hands of another streamer, and I trust you are amazing to those streamers as well. So, other than that, see ya for next week for our next discussion about Hajime no Ippo. Bye.
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 There we go.
We're clear. Good. End that stream.